decide you wanted to become a music teacher?
Age 8. I can remember almost the day. I remember a very distinct moment, very calm, peaceful drive that I wanted to be able to share music, and I have done that.
Hi there, and welcome to the Melody Music Studios interview series, where we get to know our teachers a little bit better. I'm Ashley. Today I have here with me Cecilia. Thanks, Cecilia, for joining me for this interview.
You're welcome. Glad to meet you. Thanks.
So my first question for you is, can you please tell us what instruments or voice types you teach?
I have done a lot, but I am focusing on piano.
What ages or experience levels do you primarily work with?
I've done some preschool. My favorite has been the school-aged, so that's age 5 on up. And I still have a rewarding outcome of all my adult students, who I've always figured to be the better students in some cases, because no one's making them. They're doing it because they're self-motivated. So.
Absolutely. Do you come from a musical family at all?
Actually, yes. I know that I'm the 4th generation musician, and some have not been so, I guess, one track mind. But definitely I've been classically trained. There's some religious, there's some folk, there's some, anyway, so there's a good cross section, and I even have composed in my later years.
Wow, that's great. Well, so what are some moments in your musical career that you are really proud of, or maybe you are really excited to share?
Well, that's a great question. I've had the opportunity to be an accompanist for some high schoolers that were aspiring to go to some well-known musical colleges, and one was entering into Peabody, and I helped him to win that audition. Eventually transferred to Berklee College of Music in Boston, and the rest is history. He became one of the backup singers also for Natalie Cole, so that's a pretty neat accolade there, even in my own family with my 2 adult boys, that they both are lovers of classical music. And then there's the wonderful opportunity I had the year I turned 40 was with some others across the globe, actually, and we toured New Zealand and Fiji Islands, and for 3 weeks, and I sang every day 2 or 3 times. The concerts were endless, it seemed, but it was wonderful, a great ministry. We touched a lot of hearts. It was pretty nifty, very powerful trip.
Beautiful. So my last question for you is, who are some famous composers or arrangers who you really admire or love or inspire you?
Things that I have heard, and again of late, that my technique has improved. The more I do things from Dina Kretznakis, who just turned 80 last month.
Wow.
And Mark Hayes, wonderful, wonderful composer. Marilyn Ham. There's, again, a drive in me to be as artistic as I can with things that are like the broken chords and the massive hand that Chopin had, a 13th, I believe, in the interval that he could reach. And so I have a lot of ear for that, supportive chord structure, and, how he came in and out of the melodies, and it was such a wonderful compliment. So I have that basics. I have the basics, and of course Bach, the contrapuntal, the retrograde, the melodies that go to and from in the same measure, and yet you imagine some sort of genius actually created that.
Beautiful. Yeah, lots of heavy hitters on that list that I think are worthy of all the accolades they get. That's for sure. Well, Cecilia, thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate it. Your time and your energy here with me today. And so we are just about done. So we're going to go ahead and sign off and say goodbye, and thanks so much.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Bye.